Today's episode, we are going to go over the city of Seattle's AI plan. In my opinion, it is the city that is most prepared for AI, and they have strategies that I think are appropriate for AI governance. Let's get into it. The city of Seattle's AI plan is pretty well encompassed. You can tell that they are this isn't their first rodeo in understanding technology. So AI, they have a narrative that they're sticking with, and it's very similar to the narrative that I have with my company, and that is humans first. So they believe that AI is a catalyst for amplifying staff capacity, not replacing people. Amplifying staff capacity and not replacing people. You need these narratives, one, to get people behind whatever AI project that you're doing, and two, because frankly, it is the right thing to do. One of the quotes that we have from Seattle's AI Blueprint is, putting powerful information and tools in the hands of people to unleash brilliance in service to our community. So again, these narratives are super important and something that we push at Janis Consulting all the time. Humans first. Technology's role is to connect people with solved problems at scale. We insist on human oversight, where people guide, review, and ultimately own AI-driven outcomes. So it's not just humans first, but human oversight on what the AI does, which is different from a lot of enterprise business. And I'm glad to see that the city of Seattle is thinking about it this way. Shifting from broad experimentation to focus, high-impact implementation. So in 2024 and 2025, they're trying to learn as much as they can. And then this year, in 2026, they're really looking to add foundational platform investments and add to labor and education partnerships. A lot of this is going to be about upskilling and upskilling your employees to the new AI world. In an enterprise world, they are forcing it. Let's say, if you're not going to be on the AI train, you're not going to work here type of thing. In city governance, I think it takes a little bit more of a white glove approach, and it seems like the city of Seattle agrees with that. Another thing that they've done that I find to be very wise is they have an IT sub-cabinet governance. So they work with the mayor, but specifically are attacking the AI governance issue, and then, of course, AI tools. And this is a huge problem because most city elected leaders just aren't going to know much about technology or AI. So to have a sub-cabinet of people that know what the F they are talking about is a really smart move. Again, so the city of Seattle has made the choice that they are going to have that in-house. Many smaller cities, or for budgetary restrictions, will not have that. And then you have companies like Janis Consulting that do basically this, but for many cities. All right, so what are they doing? Directing technology energy towards most critical civic challenges. Realistically, what they're doing at first is implementing a bunch of chatbots. Implementation of chatbots is interesting both in enterprise and in municipal, because you get versions of chatbots that perhaps aren't as good, and therefore people just pull out their phone and use the ChatGPT on their phone that they pay $20 for, that can give them better answers. Not that chat is necessarily better than Copilot or Gemini. It's just that if you, for security reasons, get a closed version of that, you might not be getting the most up-to-date information. Public safety is enhancing the response systems is an area of target. Customer trust, improving residents' responsiveness. So not only the responsiveness, so basically responsiveness on both sides. Permitting and housing. To me, in the city, whatever city you're in, permitting and housing is a great target for AI, and streamlining what can be an arduous task of permitting for really anything. And then accessibility, another great version here for language, especially. So removing any barriers with plain language is a great use for AI. Janis Point is an all-in-one digital platform for municipal AI governance. It brings together most of the decision-relevant intelligence across policy, procurement, legal risk, peer city activity, and vendor oversight, then turns that intelligence into practical workflows for due diligence, documentation, and performance tracking. The result is clearer, more defensible way for city leaders to evaluate AI tools, manage risk, and justify adoption. The 4 foundational pillars of Seattle's AI architecture as I see them. One, I think everybody should be doing this no matter if you're public or private. Workforce upskilling, the multi-tiered training, and proactive labor transitions. This needs to be thought about. You don't want to get rid of your employees. You want to get more out of your employees. And to do that, you need to upskill. If you don't know how to train your people on, or even know what AI can do, reach out to somebody. Do something about that. But you're going to need to upskill your employees. Data excellence. This is a big one. Your AI is only as good as the data input. So to do that, to get that data excellence, infrastructure and compliance, scalability environments, and proactive cybersecurity. So you need good infrastructure, you need good compliance. Again, as a city or municipality, you may need help with that. It's okay. Seattle has taken the approach that they're going to do everything in-house, which I think is also very smart. And what they've put together here, in my opinion, is very good. But you can get help. Success through partnerships, co-creation with academia, industry, and community. Partnerships gets the job done. All right, pillar 1, fueling AI with equitable, governed, and high-quality data. So where to start here? Empowering city staff to lead and innovate with data. AI relies on governed data to prevent bias and ensure private, sensitive information is never exposed. This is an ongoing battle. It has been since the beginning of time. A new technology comes out and somebody is trying to break into it. AI is no different, and it is a constant struggle, and everybody that is implementing AI on any sort of scale should understand this. Data quality and governance, strengthening data management and quality standards. Your quality standards come from the culture that you have. Obviously, Seattle is making this a priority, therefore their standards should be high. Data use, equity analysis, and engagement, unlocking the power of data to achieve better impacts and outcomes. Again, it's all about the data. What goes in, they can make better decisions. So understanding your data, and that is a job in and of itself. Pillar 2 is fortifying infrastructure against evolving cybersecurity threats. This is just, it is an incredible nightmare right now, privacy. I mean, depending on what you're doing within your municipality or within your enterprise business, if you're implementing a large-scale AI project, you need to understand your cybersecurity. Adoption of MITRE, Atlas. Actually, I've always wondered, is it MITRE, MITRE, whatever, for understanding and safeguarding against adversarial AI tactics, utilizing NIST, compliance and protection, which comes from federal or state levels. All of this needs to be understood, whether it be in-house or if you're hiring somebody. Building workforce capacity through tiered, targeted upskilling. Everybody should know how to use an AI chatbot by now. Most people don't know how to get the most out of it. It's not just a new Google. AI approaches, so there's different approaches that you can take for decision makers and project leads, matching civic problems with the right long-term AIs, applying correct science and navigating ethical reviews. There are a lot of ethical reviews when you're dealing with a city or municipality. If you are listening to this and you are a city or municipality, you should take charge. You can be the hunter on this and not just the hunted. for AI solutions, building and maintaining approved technical platforms and integrated contracting standards. This is something that we focus on with our tool, Janis Point. But this is an important piece of the equation, and another biased commercial. Check out the Janis Point tool. I go through my notes here, so this is, I know sometimes it can be reading, but I also try to put in my opinion on the read, so, maybe it's a little bit not as dry. Managing the human impact with transparent labor partnerships. So what Seattle's doing is they are coordinating with the union. They are looking at and getting information on job automation impacts. They are thinking about economic and community guidance, which means they're collaborating with economic development to map the job impacts. Where is it going to create jobs? Where is it going to take away jobs? And trying to predict that best based on data. Continuous change management, providing directional clarity, encouraging a growth mindset. Uber important. From our data, about 50% of people are not going to want, in your organization right now, are not going to want to have AI. They don't like AI. They think it's bad for the environment. They think that it's going to be a Skynet scenario and take over the world. Or frankly, they just don't like change. The culture that you have and the narrative that you put forward goes into this mindset that Seattle is talking about. And frankly, that is one of, if not the most important thing to implement right away. Pillar 4, co-creating ethical solutions through diverse partnerships. So what they do is they are partnering with academics. So University of Washington, Seattle University, Seattle University, and really anybody that wants to put themselves forward as a cutting-edge research and for bias mitigation, realistically. Cross-sector alignment, working alongside other government entities that advocate for technology. So one of the things that we have is part of the Janis Point tool is being able to communicate with other cities and what challenges have they had, and what are the implementation challenges that they've had for the tools that they're selecting, et cetera. Communities and nonprofit, what are the public values that you're getting from the AI? Advocating for digital equality and empowering service organizations. And then, of course, industry engagement, participating in innovation and challenges, engaging startups to avoid vendor black boxes. This is the proof of value framework that Seattle puts forward here is, I think, really important, and hopefully I can express it in a way that I think people should copy. All right, so you have intake, you have budget priorities or mayoral ideas of what should happen, what tools they should take on. So then they have this filter, if you will. So what is the impact? Does it improve service? Is it equitable? Are vulnerable communities protected from it or with it? Fiscal, what is the true ROI versus cost? And then viability, is it secure? Is it scalable? So that filter, so you take the intake, goes through the filter, and then you have a discussion, you have a measurement, and you have to understand, is that right for us? And then you have a decision and a decision path. Do you scale it small for a specific department first? Do you go citywide? And then this is what I'm adding in, understanding what are your wins? What is it that we are really trying to do, and what metrics can we measure? So some other things from the Seattle AI Blueprint: high impact priority pilots, mapping directly to community needs. Microsoft Copilot and OpenAI chat for employee productivity, IT service pathways. These chatbots are fantastic now in all versions, realistically. But understanding, getting them upskilled to use to the full capability is important. Infrastructure and environment. if you are sitting on an infrastructure that is very dated, you probably are not going to be in a position to bring on the AI tools that you want. Understanding access and equity, making sure that it's not just for people with money, quite frankly. Process improvement, video search and redaction, public record search, smart fraud detection. Like, understand what's happening within the tool and make sure that you are continuously looking at it. To be clear on the execution roadmap, you want to learn and review. This is the roadmap that they have chosen as a long-term roadmap. So learn and review. Then they're in the process of upskilling. So starting with different chatbots and then upskilling from there. And then this year, later on this year, they're looking at what enterprise scale tools can they use and what is going to be priority. If you are a city and you want to understand where to start, basically, this is the same overview or roadmap that we use. It all starts with education, and that they use education in two ways: learn and review, and then upskilling, and then understanding the different tools. Janis Consulting can help with the education piece, and then I suggest the tool to go with first is Janis Point. Okay, something that needs to be discussed are civic priorities. What are you going to use the AI for? Safety, housing, trust, accessibility. These are all listed. These are all listed in the document. I mean, it has to be safe. You have to be trustworthy, and it has to be accessible for everybody in the city, or some version of it should be. We don't want to make things even more unfair. Transparency is a big part of that, and how do you communicate with the public about what is happening and be transparent with it? So in closing, to me, as I look at the cities that have the best AI strategies, Seattle is at the top of the list. And so if you are a city municipality that wants to stop being just waiting for the state to tell you what to do, waiting for the federal government to tell you what to do, and you're concerned about your citizens, take a look at Seattle. Seattle's doing a good job. Until the next time, everybody.